but he's not the only one for East Point. Of course, McDougall with 67 goals. Strawn Robinson with 31, and they get goals out of their midfielders, Geordie and Matty Johnson. Unlike Melton, who don't really get a great deal of return from their mids, but Braden Kite with 75 goals, Ryan Carter 41 and Liam Carter 28. Well, that's not to be sneezed at. So we're not far off a start here. East Point have won the toss, and they'll kick to the right of the screen on a firm deck underfoot. Waited the best part of 20 weeks from day one to this current day of the season for this moment. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. He's been honest all year in the ruck. Hickey with the tap, clever one at that. Found Minito behind the footy. Went to outer centre wing. Davis the fly, couldn't gather. Merritt could. Got it to Jones. Got stripped of it there by Hickey. Did well. Ground ball opportunity for Kite. He was clean. Quick hands over there towards Watkins to the advantage of Davis on his non-preferred. He'll try and get onto his left, forced to release the ball by hand. Ground ball opportunity, hot footy. Whistle imminent for a stoppage here in Melton's attack into the breeze in this opening term. East Point successful in the under-19s. Sunbury prevailing in the reserves. Melton, East Point, going to go head-to-head here this afternoon. Tap one by Van Meel. So 2-0 for Van Meel at 2 stoppages. His tap only went as far as Watkins, back into the side today after a week off. Squaring kick with the right boot was good and found McIntyre unattended on 50. Take his best into the breeze. So he just sits it up to this very dangerous forward line. Ryan Carter at the back, juggling attempt. He's taken it. The perfect start for the Bloods into the breeze. And one of a number of aerial targets inside forward 50 for the Bloods. And he wastes no time. And, well, he just should have spent more time, in fact. And he's missed off to the right. Didn't take into account the breeze. And a nervous miss for Ryan Carter. You just back him in. With most shots on goal, he's a terrific exponent of the drop punt. But these windy conditions here prevailing at Darley Park, largely responsible. But they would have been up and about the Bloods, especially into the breeze. But a let off for East Point. And Merritt will bring the ball back into play. He'll go long into the middle of the ground. Bloods have got numbers through Heaney, went over his head. Ground ball opportunity. Gathered there by Jack Walker. He's tackled and there'll be a ball up. Right in the middle of the ground here. Melton 1 lead, East Point no score. East Point kick with the breeze. Cairns out of stoppage. Onto the left boot, sends the ball towards half forward. Robinson took the mark, should take advantage of the breeze. Goes out direction of Geordie Johnson. The gather was good. How's the shot? Gee, he had Jeffrey all on his own in the goal square, but he elected to have a ping. So a couple of nervous moments from 2 experienced forwards at either end. Ryan Carter with 1 and Geordie Johnson at the other. So we'll square the ledger there. A point apiece. Near 3 minutes gone, and Riley Walker will bring the ball back into attack. He elects to go by hand to Minito. Expect those two to link up a lot this afternoon. Kick to outer centre wing. Robinson the fly, couldn't hang on. Chance there for Slater, released the ball by hand, got it to Merritt. Over there towards Cairns, left foot kick across the body, found Rodamaronis. Wasted no time onto the right boot. So 2-on-1 here against McDougall. Riley Walker went to ground, opened the door for Jeffrey. And he gets the first major of the afternoon with a sweeping ground ball gather, ran into an open goal. And the Kangas have steadied here with the breeze at Darley Park. 3.5 minutes gone opening term. Each point 1-1-7. Melton 1 behind. So Jeffrey, no stranger on the goal front either this year. That's goal number 20 for him. So a tick over a goal a game. And that's all you could ask for in the front half. A much improved player. Dangerous one at that, but just who to send, who to who. That's just a coaching quandary for both sides this afternoon. Both sides blessed with talent. Ball up at the restart. No real advantage to either side. Rodamaronis went crashing through. His tap only went as far as Hickey. Ball ricocheted off him, went to ground. And the umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Tick over 4 minutes gone, opening term. East Point kick with the breeze. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre and the Red Onion Vision here today. Quick hands from Dodd. Got it over towards Jones. Sent the ball into attack. Flying mark. Terrific defensive grab there. Taken there by Handley, who had a good game last week against the Devils. A good confidence booster. And he goes short to Heaney. So the blood's normally good by foot. Into the breeze will test them nonetheless. He's got Scober to his outside with an out kick if he wants, but he'll go along the line only as far as Jeffrey. Confidence up on the back of that opening goal. Took a steadying mark in front of Russell. He played on, gave it back to Dodd, who went with a high up and under. Left foot kick out in the McDougall direction. Went over his head. Grand ball opportunity for Melton. His evasive skills were good. Conceded by hand to McDougall. Lowered the eyes and found Merritt, who was strong overhead. And outpointed Russell on that occasion. Will go back and have a shot on goal. Distance for mine here, not a problem. It'll be all about the accuracy with the swirly breeze here at Darley Park. So a good response from East Point the last 3.5 minutes. Kicks on its way. It'll get to the goal square. Robinson at the back, but it was well read by McIntyre. Made the mark look easier than what it was, and the kick didn't let him down either. And he got it to Minito, who's off on his bike, and he went with the right foot kick to outer centre wing, out in the Carter direction. Ground ball opportunity, gathered there by Ryan Carter. Hand pass to the advantage of Borg, but he ran out of space, and the ball rolled over for a boundary throw in, true centre wing out of side. So we'll endeavour to keep you updated with scores as they come to hand. Out of Marty Bush, of course, Ballarat and Sunbury in an eliminator in Ballarat today. Throw in, McIntyre and Van Meel. Well, the wind won that ruck deal, believe it or not. Ground ball, socket off the ground towards half forward for the Kangas. They're a mile away from us here. Left foot kick, shallow entry inside 50. Players set themselves. McDougall was one of those, but a rebound kick out of defence for the Bloods. Only went as far as Matty Johnson, who swooped and went onto the right boot into the Robinson direction. He couldn't hang on to it, got a bit of it. Pressure was good from Riley Walker and Phillips, but Robinson was able to gather. Might have copped one high. Umpire said no. Well, that's what I first thought. So the non-adjudicating umpire saw it, and he's come in and paid that free kick for over the shoulder to Robinson. And he'll have a chance to send the Kangas into attack after the Bloods started so promisingly in the opening 2 minutes. It's been all East Point since. Geordie Johnson on the lead. Presented and took a nice grab. It'll be all about bang for buck to the right of screen this afternoon. The back of Smash end. And Geordie Johnson a chance. Another one of those dangerous front half players for the Kangas. They'll have a shot on goal here. Highly talented former Geelong VFL listed player. Told to play on. Kept the kick low. Did McIntyre touch it? I don't think so. It's a goal. So back-to-back goals for East Point. 2-1-13. They get some separation on the Bloods. One behind. Near 8 minutes gone opening term. So Geordie Johnson, a key component. I much prefer him on a danger level inside the Kangas forward 50. I just think they've got enough to cover him through the midfield. Just that X-factor presence forward on the back of McDougall and Jeffrey and the like. It's formidable. Back at the start, tap one by McIntyre. He did well, the big fella, but regained his own tap before he was dispossessed. Hot footy, whistle imminent, ball up. Right in the middle of the ground here. Under sunny skies at Darley Park, breezy conditions, favouring the Kangas to the right of screen. Ground ball, Taylor couldn't gather, Hickey could. His hand pass was smothered, couldn't get through the traffic. Rodham fired the hand pass out to Van Meel. Awkward ruckman kicking style, got it to half forward. Mullen, elusive, got away from Riley Walker. Sent it out in the direction of Robinson. He had it knocked away from him. Johnson wanted a high. Umpire put whistle to the mouth and then called play on, if you can believe it. Loose ball and a bit of physicality creeping in. There'll be a ball up 40 metres away from the East Point goal. 9 minutes gone opening term. Winner into the second semi. And the loser to face the winner of Sunbury and Ballarat. Of course, the winner will play the winner of tomorrow's game between the Devils and North Ballarat. So back at the restart, tap one by Van Meer. It was enough to get an advantage to Matty Johnson, who went with the outside of the right boot. Chance here for the Bloods through Phillips, who got it to outer centre wing. Ground ball. Chance here for Davis. Just threw the ball onto the boot. Territory gain. Got plenty of it. There's no one inside the Bloods forward 50. Foot race on. Brown gathered, tackled, taken to the ground there by Russell. There's good pressure there. There'll be a ball up. So now it's the Bloods' turn. Endeavour to get one against the grain to the left of screen into the breeze. Loose ball opportunity. The gather from Lockie Walker could have been held without it. Davis was dispossessed, and his tackle was fair. There'll be a ball up just inside Melton's forward 50 here. East Point lead by 12 points. Goals to Jeffrey and Geordie Johnson. So all the Jays amongst the goal action to date. There'll be another stoppage on true centre-half forward for the Bloods. So expect high minutes in the ruck between Van Meel and McIntyre. They'll have a entertaining duel all afternoon, you'd think. So Geordie Taylor exited that stoppage and got it to Merritt. Thumping kick. Must have gone 70 metres as the ball bounces towards the goal line for the Kangas, but it's mopped up there by Riley Walker, and the kick was terrific into the breeze. Found Hickey. Averages 27 disposals a game. Had a good year. Welcoming inclusion into the Bloods' best 22. And right on cue, he bangs it out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Merritt again. He'll go with territory. Beautiful kick. Walker's got the set here. Read it well. Didn't lead his fellow Bloods down and took a clean overhead mark. So they're just hanging in against the pressure of the Kangas, the trusty Bloods defence. The kick to outer centre wing. Ball thumped away there by Howard, only as far as Kite. His hair pass was loose. Got it to Dodd, who gave it back to Kite. His kick was smothered there by Van Meel. He did well, the big fella. Hickey was bailed up. The pressure good here from the Kangas. They combined by hand. Molan got it to Jeffrey, but the kick let him down. It was cut off there by Mawson, who wasted no time and lowered the eyes towards half-back. Swarm of Kangas on Watkins, and ping, said the umpire. Holding the ball. Gang tackle there was Watkins. It'll be Molan with ball in hand. He'll go into the pocket. Gee, that was a high on Conlon. Did the umpire see it? He did. Well, it was accidental. It was there. And Conlon will, over there in that deep pocket, he'll endeavour to want to get the ball member's side when you're going to right of screen, given the breeze is essentially going from pocket to pocket. So this will take a good kick from Conlon. So he elects to play on. So from 50, it's a squaring, awkward-looking kick out in the Rodamaronis direction. Had it knocked away from him by Mawson. Ground ball opportunity for Taylor. His gather was good. He broke the tackle of Carter. Went by hand to Johnson. Squaring kick across the body. Touch, said the umpire. Luck's the fortune. Well, for the Bloods in this case. And there'll be a ball up 15 metres away from the Kangas goal. 12-point lead, 13 minutes gone. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel, got it to Taylor. What can he do? Forced to release the ball to McDougall, across the body, goal! Something out of nothing. Footy now's forward craft, call it what you like. So it's taken McDougall 13 and a half minutes to hit the scoreboard. And he gets the Kangas third. So McDougall joins Geordie Johnson and Jack Jeffrey on the goal front. They're 3-1-19. They lead the Bloods one behind. Gee, the Ryan Carter miss in that opening couple of minutes. Like, he does plenty right, but yeah, that was a bit disappointing for the Bloods. They could have pinched one into the breeze early. Huge momentum gain, but nonetheless, that's footy. Tricky conditions for all. And East Point hitting the scoreboard accurately They lead by 18 points at the restart. Tap one by McIntyre to Hickey. Loves a centre clearance. Forced to release by hand. Filmer couldn't gather. Ball good. Got it to Suter. Searching hand pass meant for Kite. Brown came off half back. Attacked it. Gave the hand pass towards Dodd. Courageous mark by Handley. He's off. Oh, I thought the umpire was going to say play on. A bit stiff there, Matty Johnson. Handley's kick didn't let him down. And he found Manito who can just chip it over the top to Jack Walker. So he and Hickey, they present between the arcs, but he ignores Hickey on this occasion. He went to the wider option. Found Scoble. Squaring kick. Went over the head of Davis. Opened the door here for the Kangas. Excellent smother. Ground ball. Could have been Cairns who could have gone the soccer, but he went to ground. He was happy to hold it up. And there'll be a stoppage on half forward outer side for East Point. So both sides won't be really used to the degrees of pressure that have come in the form of their opposition today. Tap out of stoppage, went boundary side. Benito led into the race for the ball, but he was hustled over the line with the footy. And there'll be a boundary throw in, 65 metres away from the East Point goal. The Bloods won't mind the footy over there. It's a couple of kicks to get it back onto the top side. There's the throw in. McIntyre with front position. Now bustled there by Van Meel, who knocked it back towards the boundary line and over the line for another throw in. So near 16 minutes gone opening term here. East Point 3-1-19. Lead Melton one behind. There's the throw in. East Point kicking with the breeze. Tap one by Van Meel. As far as Johnson searching hand pass. Conlon couldn't get a proper boot to ball. Pressure hot here. Ground ball. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go the Bloods' way. It's going to go to Scoble. So Scoble goes lateral to the defensive goal square to Liam Carter. Good early touch for Carter, but the kick let him down. Overcooked the kick. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. The resultant free kick to be taken by Robinson. Could have gone short there to Conlon. The umpire just making sure that Robinson's in the right spot. So the kick's on its way. Oh, it's hit the right-hand side of the goalpost. Not a bad effort there. East Point second behind of the afternoon. Kangas at 20. They lead the Bloods 1. 19-point lead. Now we'll get a score from Ballarat and Sunbury in a moment. Sunbury 20, lead Ballarat, no score. Ball comes back into play. Territory gain, good from the Bloods. They got it to outer centre wing. Hurry kick across the body from Merritt. Missed all and sundry out of bounds on the full. So he's had half a dozen kicks already, Merritt. Not expecting to see him handball much today. Why would you, given the danger or the danger he can bring with that boot? The kick was good and found Braden Kite a mile away from home. But he sends the ball. Look at that ball hold up into the breeze. So there's the example for you at home. This is what the Bloods have got to deal with as Farrugia sent the ball to half forward. They've got numbers behind the ball here. A long kick there from Brown. Got plenty on the kick, but it's going to come back as quick as it went in. Liam Carter has a chance to atone with a slow lobbying kick, but it was okay to Walker. Went into the middle of the ground looking for Hickey. Pressure was good there off half back there by Thompson. Right foot kick across the body, inside 50, shallow entry. Chance for Conlon, dangerous player. Got the belly of the ball, wanted to get the banana into the action, but got too much of it. The ball went across the face and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. 35 metres around from the East Point goal. So Geordie Johnson, Bryson McDougall and Jack Jeffrey with the goals for East Point. Near 19 minutes gone opening term. Boundary throw-in. It'll be Van Meel against Farrugia. We'll give that to Farrugia to no real advantage. A swarm of players around the footy. I think Carter, Liam, playing the loose behind the footy. whilst East have their time with the breeze. Tap one by Van Meal, only as far as Minito. Clearing kick. Came broadcast side, but opened the door for Robinson. Went wide into the pocket. Poor kick, really. Mawson will just juggle this over the line for a boundary throw-in. Some 35 metres around from the Kangas goal. So after Melton kicked the first behind of the afternoon, it's been all East Point on the scoring front since. They've added 3 goals, 2. We'll see what that equates to when Melton have their turn with the breeze. Farrugia grabbed it out of the ruck, got ball to boot, high up and under. Umpire called play on, didn't go the required distance. She's a fair grab. Geordie Johnson, I bet you he's taken a few of those in the backyard. Ball up, tap one by Farrugia to space. Loose ball, gathered by Walker. Hand pass went to the boundary. Shark there by Walker. Left foot kick towards centre wing. Now East Point have got all numbers behind the ball. Q, one of those, sends the ball back into attack. Now a one-on-one, McDougall did well. And his gather was terrific. Now he's gone. And pinged by the umpire. Just couldn't break the tackle. Finals made for this man, Suter. Of course, had a terrific game in their grand final win a couple of years ago. He goes with the right foot towards half-back. Going back with courage. It was Matty Johnson. He really was the only one to get any hand on that. And reward for the courage because he went back into the pack and didn't get any body contact the other way. So the right foot kick out the McDougall direction. Finds him on the chest. Went over the head of Hanley. It just had enough on it, the kick. And a chance of McDougall for goal number 2. And a chance for goal number 4 for the Kangas, who have started well here at Darley Park. But we just won't know the full extent of the breeze until Melton have their turn. So, early moments, time on. This is an important kick. You'd think 4 goals is about right. 3-3 may just be under. The kick's on its way. He snuck it in, McDougall. He's got 2. And the Kangas have got 4. And some scoreboard pressure. They're 4-2-26. They lead Melton 1 behind. Let's go around the grounds, or the ground, to the one other game that's going on up in Ballarat at Sebastopol today. Sunbury 3-4-22, lead Ballarat no score. So I'm tipping there's a breeze up there, given 7 scoring shots to 0. And what we're seeing here today, tap one by Van Meal at the restart. Dodd couldn't gather, but he knocked it forward. Skybook could have copped one high. Umpire agreed. So Max Scoble, awkward looking kick, got it towards half forward. Rebound opportunity here for the Kangas. Off from Brown, who got it to Dodd, who the hand pass just had a bit too much weight on it for Dodd. Couldn't gather cleanly. The resultant stoppage. East Point lead by 25 points. Tap one by Van Meal. Watkins took on the tackle of Van Meal and pinged by the umpire. So he wastes no time and goes short to broadcast side. Now, this is the side of the ground to play. Filmer went short to Rodamoronis, who's got time to gather and measure the kick forward in the Geordie Johnson direction. Did the discipline spoil thing. Loose ball, Shark there by Suter. Right foot kick towards halfback. Carter the fly. He went the spoil. Found the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a throw in on half forward for the Kangas, who have a handy lead here. In time on opening term, they lead Melton by 25 points. Qualifying final action live from Darley Park. Tap one by Farrugia. Needed to be quick there, Filmer. Kick was, well, partially smothered. Walker looked a bit awkward there, sending that ball forward. Walker taking the ground. There'll be a ball up. Speak of Lachlan. So it'll be Farrugia against Van Meal. Tap one by Farrugia. Gather there by Cairns with strength. His hand pass, they coughed it up to Hickey. They need to be clean here soon. He was courageous, I'll give him that. Walker found Watkins. Tumbling kick only went as far as Filmer. But the ball's going to come back. It's going to be a Melton free kick. It's going to be Lachlan Walker with ball in hand. He's got Lachlan Watkins short. So Watkins with ball in hand. The Bloods trailed by 25 points. Kick meant for Braden Kite. Went over his head. Read well there by Ferrugia. Kick across the body. Was a territory gain for the Bloods. Gives them an opportunity to take a breath. Under the pump here against the breeze in the opening term, the Bloods. They trailed by 25 points. Near 25 minutes gone opening term. The throw in, it'll be Ferrugia, who won that tap against Van Meel. Gathered there by Taylor. Hair pass meant for Filmer. Intercepted there by Hickey, who got it to Borg, who was tackled and slung and thrown to the ground. And the umpires let it go. There'll be a throw in on half forward for the Bloods. Adjacent to Troy Scoble and his staff, coach of the Melton Footy Club. There's the throw in. Ferrugia again won that tap. Only as far there as Filmer. Grand ball opportunity. Gathered there by Ronda Moronis. High up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. Heaney had a bit of it. Not long enough, said the umpire. Stolen by Handley. And he sent the Bloods into attack with a high kick. Bouncing ball. Went over the head of Kite and Slater. And rolled through for a behind. He got plenty on the kick there, did Handley on that occasion. But I guess you'll get a lot more territory from this side of the ground. Going towards goal. East Point 26, lead Melton 2. They waste no time bringing the ball back in. So they'll elect to go along the line. Does Hannaford. Through the hands of Jeffrey. Couldn't hang on to it. There's a bit of weight on the ball. Molan ended up with it. Clever player. Got it to Merritt. Squaring kick. Normally good by foot. Meant for Johnson. Coming off half back there was Heaney. He couldn't gather. Molan could. Quick hands to Matty Johnson. Try to get it back to Molan, who knocked it forward. Opportunistic. Chance here for Jeffrey with a squaring kick in the Taylor direction, and the ball knocked away from him. There's a Kanga down on outer centre wing. We'll keep an eye on that. I think it's Molan running through the middle of the ground. Where Walker open the door for the Bloods. They waste no time through Russell. Kite to the back. Got it. What a grab there from Braden Kite. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. I know he's kicked 75 this year, but none more important than this one here. Late in the opening term. And a chance to get one into the breeze and arrest some of that momentum. So this would be a captain's goal. Qualifying final here. Win it to progress to a second semi. Braden Kite kicks on its way. And he's hit the left-hand goal post. He's overcompensated. So, whilst they trailed by 23 points, the Bloods, that was indeed a let-off for East Point. So 2 gettable opportunities gone awry. Of course, Ryan Carter in the opening 2 minutes. And now Braden Kite. So long kick from Merritt, right in the middle of the ground, and McDougall took a nice grab. They're only 3 kicks away from one end to the other, so he goes short to the middle of the ground to Ronda Moronis. He's got Canny broadcast side if he wants him. He found him. Just needs to be strong overhead. Lockie Watkins did well, but ran past the footy, opened the door for Matty Johnson, just threw it over his head. Landed fortuitously into the hands of Van Meel, who found Jeffrey on half forward. Touch, said the umpire. Tackle was good from Walker. Benefit of the doubt afforded by the umpire to Jeffrey. And there'll be a ball up on half forward. Broadcast side for East Point, who lead by 23 points. 28 minutes gone, opening term. Tap one by Van Meel. Through the hands of Ronda Moronis. Hickey needed to be clean, and he was. He got it to Lockie Watkins, who went with the right boot out in front of Davis. It needs to sit for the left footer. And here comes Howard, who gathered. And some good sportsmanship there from Davis. 30 years ago, Davis would have thrown him over the fence. But good on him. There'll be a boundary throw in. East Point lead by 23 points here. So the Bloods fighting back in the last 5 minutes. Chance for Taylor. Went without it. Ronda Moronis gathered. That was holding the ball. Umpire, good call. They've started well, the umpires. They've been in green. They've had a good day. Lachlan Walker sends the Bloods into attack. Can they get an impact here? Off the hands of, away from Carter It's going to be a free kick to the big man for a hold. So, seemingly happens to Ryan Carter every week. And he's been rewarded on this occasion. So, I did give him a rap as one of the best kicks for goal in the Melton team, if not across the entire league. So this will take his best with a deliberate shot on goal. Kicks on its way. It's going to blow across the face. And off hands. And, well, it's gone out of bounds on the full, actually. So it'll be Merritt. No one's had more of it than Merritt in this opening term. Look at that territory gain beyond half back. So East Point seemingly out of trouble momentarily. Off hands over the line. And there'll be a boundary throw in. So a recess of sorts. So while East Point is 2 or 3 kicks away from goal, Melton, even though the ball's closer to theirs, it's probably 4. Boundary throw in. Van Meel and McIntyre. McIntyre won that tap. Lazy hand pass meant for Walker. Matty Johnson made them pay with the steal and sent the ball forward to Geordie Johnson. He can run into an open goal here. It's all about the accuracy. Just waiting on that decision. And it's a behind. Well, the siren go, did it? So we're up here behind the glass. So, gee, I'm glad that wasn't the last quarter and the last couple of seconds of the game. So no score there. The siren just denying Johnson. And we've got a Melton player down and some physicality as a result. I think Heaney just might have caught one in the bread basket, so he's a little bit winded. So the players come over and, well, shaking hands is a bit of an exaggeration. Certainly none of that. But anyway, we've got an entertaining game here at Darley Park and some physicality creeping into it. And why wouldn't there be? There's a bit at stake. A shot into the grand final awaits the winner next week for the side that can get it done. It's East Point 4-2-26 who lead Melton 3 behinds. We'll take a look at the goal scorers. Bryson McDougall has 2, Geordie Johnson 1, Jack Jeffrey 1. Melton just the 3 behinds in that term, albeit into the breeze. But they did have some opportunity that presented through their 2 senior scorers for this year. They've combined for 116 goals. I speak of Braden Kite and Ryan Carter, but they were unable to get it done. Okay, guys, we'll just have a look at the score from Marty Bush, the elimination final going on between Ballarat and Sunbury. So quarter time up there. Ballarat no score, Sunbury 4-4-28. So similar score lines at both venues going on this afternoon. Plenty at stake. The finals are underway in the BFNL, and the advantage is with East Point at quarter time. They lead the Bloods by 23 points.
Love is all
Your favourite McDonald's collectibles from the past are now available on collectible glasses. Get yours free with any large quarter pounder range meal. Unleash your inner kid and collect all 6 glasses today at Macca's.
Welcome back to Darling Park ahead of the second quarter action in the qualifying final. East with the first roll of the dice with the breeze. Lead by 23 points. So no doubt they'll have the spare behind the ball in this turn to endeavour to hold out the might of the Bloods. McIntyre, the ball up, favoured him. Hickey tackle taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up. So McDougall with 2 goals for East Point. Geordie Johnson 1. Jack Jeffrey the other. Ball up. Ground ball opportunity. Coming off out of centre wing with strength there was Jones. His hand pass went to Canning. Had a swing and a miss by a foot. They'll square away a stoppage. Opening minute. Second term. Somebody with a similar advantage at Marty Bush up there in Sebastopol today. Assuming they too had a breeze advantage. Dodd out of the congestion. Got the ball to half forward. Now Heaney spent a bit of time on the ground at the quarter time break after being winded. His kick was cut off there by Jones. He's high up and under kick went out in the Geordie Johnson direction. And the ball skewed sideways and went over the line for a boundary throw in. So it'll be interesting to see what East Point learnt from the Bloods into the breeze in that opening term. See if they can hold out the Bloods. Throw in, tap one by Van Meel. Hot footy. There'll be another stoppage. Decent crowd in here. East Point won the under-19. Sunbury too good in the reserves. We don't know what's going to happen here. Highly anticipated qualifying final. Of course, the two sides just lost 3 games between them. Melton on an 11-game winning streak. East Point's 14-game winning streak just came to an end last week against Ballarat. So the umpire has picked out a free kick at that stoppage, and it'll go to Joe Dodd. So his second game back, he'll go onto that left boot. He got a high kick. Look at hold up into the breeze. There was a good protection there from Geordie Johnson that allowed Robinson to mark uncontested in the end. Be too far out to score, you'd think. Breeze right in his face over in that low pocket. So he endeavours to get around one and sends a kick towards the goal line. And it's the last line of defence. Mark taken there by McIntyre, who had his name written all over that from the moment it left the Robinson boot. So McIntyre, some accountability behind the ball. That's what you want from your ruckman. And the kick was good to Walker, and he's off on his bike. He loves to run and bounce, and he didn't let me down. The kick did, though. It was cut off there by Hannaford on broadcast centre wing. So he wastes no time. Awkward kick. Got it towards half forward, though. They'll take the territory, East Point. Grabbed there by Taylor. Searching hand pass. McIntyre looks a bit sore. Ball came out from Minito and found Walker, who went into the middle. Got it to Carter on the bounce. Speaking of Ryan, he wasted no time inside out. Torpedo in the Liam Carter direction. Got a little fingertip on that. Trying to knock it back to his advantage. But the breeze and the bounce had too much on it. And the ball rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. So the Bloods in attack. 3 minutes gone. Second term. East Point by 23 points. I think that's just about par with the breeze. So wouldn't be getting too carried away with the advantage on the scoreboard as yet. So this is a halt in play as McIntyre comes off for a spell. And yeah, there's a bit going on, albeit nothing. So a halt in play momentarily. So now the central umpire says, throw it in. So it'll be Ryan Carter and Van Meel to contest the ruck duel. Carter had front set, quick hands, got it to Hickey. It was tackled, taken to the ground. And ping, said the umpire. Not sure he had a great deal of prior. But Jones, the beneficiary, that you want to watch that, Braden Kite, that underarm ambitious throwback to Jones with the footy. So the kick went to half back. Nice overhead mark taken there by Johnson. Quality player. Wastes no time and sends it to outer centre wing. At the back there was Handley. Got his hands to it. over the top of Matty Johnson, but couldn't hold it. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Decent crowd in attendance. Watching on. So this game still in the balance despite the advantage on the scoreboard to East Point. The throw-in grabbed out of the ruck by Farrugia. Is that an impact? There's the second inside-out torpedo for the quarter. Got a territory gain, but out into that dead pocket. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Kangas won't mind the ball over there. You'd hope Darley and North Ballarat have done their, or doing their homework this afternoon, finding out what to and not to do in the event of this breeze as Johnson released the handball to Taylor. And his kick was cut off. And the ball will come back into attack here for the Bloods. Off hands, loose ball opportunity for Thompson. Couldn't gather cleanly. Ball tries to keep it in. He did so, but not before the umpire came in to effect a whistle, and there'll be a ball up some 20 metres away from the Melton goal. So time ticking away for the Bloods with the breeze as we near 6 minutes gone. But they're in attack here. Can they make it count? No, ruckman can impact the contest. Taylor found Dodd, but he might have caught one over the shoulder and paid. Another good decision by the umpire. So Dodd wastes no time. High up and under kick. Gets beyond the defensive 50. And Geordie Johnson read it better than everyone else, and not for the first time this afternoon. Taking a mark just inside the boundary line. And another all-important territory gain along the line by Johnson into that breeze. Got plenty on the kick. Off the hands of Handley and over the line for a throw-in on outer side centre wing. So you'd think that in the event of defending into the breeze for East Point, they'll be keeping the ball on that outer side of the ground, making it difficult for the Bloods to fully capitalise with that breeze that is going from pocket to pocket. Scoble released the handball. They're away here. The Bloods hurry kick there from Walker towards half forward. Chance here for Borg. Render 49. Set sail. And it's just missed off to the right for a minor. Gee, they've had a couple of almost moments, the Bloods. The scoreline will attest their four behinds. They trail East Point 4-2-26. They'll want to get some bang for buck with the breeze as Merritt will send the ball out of side. You'd think they were kicking with the breeze. Such was the beautiful kick of Merritt. And they're away here. Oh, that's a good tackle, but the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to come back. And it's going to go to Geordie Johnson, who's had some impact in this second term. The kick was very good and found McDougall, who presented and took a market out of centre wing. Out in front of Taylor, who didn't have to break stride, lowered the eyes with the right boot, out in the Matty Johnson direction. More or less found the boundary umpire in the end, over the line, out of bounds on the full. So just the fundamentals with these tricky, windy conditions here at Darley Park, making it difficult. So the short kick found Minito, so he can wind up on half-back. Loves to run and carry. Right foot kick into the middle of the ground. Now, this is where the Bloods need it. But the Kangas have got numbers through Van Meel. He's searching hand pass over the top. Ended up in the hands of Q, who went by hand to Melton from half forward. Squaring kick was good and found Dodd. In fact, it was Brown off half-back, not Van Meel, as Dodd went towards half forward and found Johnson, who's been influential. And the short kick just inside 50 is good and found McDougall. So McDougall with ball in hand. 49 metres out from goal. You wouldn't back anyone in from here. So he'll go short to Dodd, who presented. And the kick from McDougall was safe. So they'll hang on to the ball for some precious seconds. Left foot kick. Deep into attack. Players fly. Watkins had a bit of it. Jones applies the pressure. The gather, the soccer. Dribbling ball. Just misses off to the right. Gee, that would have been something out of nothing for East Point, especially into the breeze. Goals, you'd figure, are worth 2 today into that breeze. As Benito brings the ball back into play, kicks off to the right, missed all and sundry. So there's some pressure on the Melton defence, albeit perceived finals pressure on that occasion. Kick's gone awry and So it'll be Slater back into the side today, sends the ball forward. Only as far as Minito, who has a chance to atone. So he'll send the ball back along the line, broadcast side. Look at that ball bend, like a banana. Kite read it well, couldn't hang on to the mark though. Loose ball opportunity for Howard. Just knocked it to his own advantage, then a swing and a miss at ground level. Thompson was clean. Hand pass was ambitious through the traffic. Ball fell back into his lap and he was tackled by Ryan Carter. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Broadcast side half forward for Melton. They trail by 23 points. Time ticking away. 10 minutes gone, second term. Bloods need to get some impact. Davis sends the ball into attack. Bouncing ball, Merritt quite happy to see it roll over the line for a throw-in. 25 metres away from the Melton goal. So East Point have matched Melton on the scoreboard in this term, albeit into the breeze. 10.5 minutes gone. They've got a point at either end. Boundary throw-in. Front spot, Van Meer won the tap. Dodd gathered, tackled by Davis. And the umpire said no prior, and there'll be a ball up. 15 metres away from the Melton goal. Can they get something out of stoppage here? There's plenty of players around the footy. Ball up. Carter couldn't gather, nearly applied a high tackle, but the umpire was in the perfect spot and said, no, that was fine. So he'll ball it up. 11 minutes gone, second term now. Ball up, Carter won the tap to the danger zone. Dodd, the gather was clean, the clearing kick, went in the Melton direction. Hit the ball boundary side, found the safety of it. And over the line for a boundary throw-in, 50 metres away from the Melton goal. So East Point, all 4 goals coming in that opening term. 2 to McDougall, 1 to Geordie Johnson, 1 to Jack Jeffrey. Throw in. Gathered out of the ruck there by Ferrugia. Second attempt was okay. Quick hands got it to Scoble. High up and under kick to the danger zone. Q. Well, right on Q. Dropped what he should have taken. Looked up to the umpire for a favour, but wasn't granted one. Be a ball up 35 to 40 metres away from the Melton goal. So the Kangas not out of trouble yet as they continue to defend and hold up. Van Meer won the tap. Swing and a miss by foot by Walker. Ball shoveled out. Look out. Chance here for Geordie Kite. One of the hold and he'll get it. So he's had a quiet afternoon to date, but a chance to kick Melton's first goal of the afternoon. It's taken the best part of 12.5 minutes, but easier said than done in these tricky, breezy conditions here at Darley Park. Of course, Geordie Kite, 33 goals this year. Kicked 3 last week against the Devils. And that's a well-controlled kick and a much-needed finish for the Bloods. And Geordie Kite rises to the top and gets it done. 1-4-10 Melton. They trail East Point 4-3-27. So a 17-point ball game. 13 minutes into this second term. So still plenty of time for Melton to reel in this deficit as the breeze looks to have seemingly picked up to the eye. That would have been the longest time all year that it's taken Melton to kick a goal in a game. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel, ground ball, Walker, couldn't gather. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It was a throw against Walker. And it'll go to Cairns. So he'll go straight down the middle of the ground, inside 50. McIntyre in front. Couldn't hang on to it. Johnson braced for the hold, and then he was forced to impact the contest on Suter. Loose ball opportunity here for Walker. Quick hands, got it over towards Davis, who had time and went with a long left foot kick out towards outer centre wing. Foot race on. Chance here for Ferrugia. He's got a bit of toe, but he was unable to keep it in, but gained some handy metres for the Bloods, so there'll be a throw-in on half forward outer side. If somehow, I know, easier said than done, the Bloods have just got to get the ball over on the high side or broadcast side. Not only to impact scoring, but to give us a bit of a chop out here as we look on above this beautiful social club here at Darley Park. And there'll be a stoppage. Attacking side of centre wing out of side of the ground for Melton, who have the only goal of the term. Tick over 14 and a half minutes gone. Chance for the Bloods as the ball travels to half forward. Ferrugia couldn't gather. Russell could. Forced to release the ball by hand. Got it to Walker. Tumbling kick forward. Ground ball opportunity. Shark by Davis. Got onto his left. Kicked it across the body. Slater lunging forward. Just marked the ball just centimetres off the ground and wasted no time. Poor kick. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. Ambitious kick. So it'll be Ferrugia with a shot on goal, with a run against that play. Slater would want that kick over again, just a little careless with his execution. On a tricky day, in fairness. So Ferrugia uses the breeze, bends it back, and he's got it done. Ferrugia, he's had a good game, and he gets a much-needed second goal for the Bloods. And they close in on that 23-point deficit at quarter time. It's now 11. Melton 2-4-16. Each point 4-3-27. Quite the versatile player is young Ferrugia. An interleague representative. Played back. We see him. He plays like a follower in the ruck role. And having an impact forward. So highlighting his versatility and his importance to this Bloods lineup. So 11-point ball game. Game on. Ball up. Tap one by McIntyre. Chance here for Johnson. Went to go by hand to Filmer. Stolen there by Borg, but he coughed it up through the attention from the Kangas, but he got it back and gave it to Ferrugia. Dribbling ball towards Borg, letting go the racehorse, ran to 51, kicked to the danger zone in the Heaney direction. But he's got too much on the kick. The breeze just picked it up and carried it over the line. Out of bounds on the full. Not sure Thompson will want to be calling for the ball this side. It's the right foot kick. Goes beyond the defensive 50 for the Kangas. It's all the Bloods. And it's Benito. Normally good by foot. Found Suter on half forward. Could have gone short to Watkins, but he comes broadcast side. Now the breeze picks it up. It's in the hot spot. Players set themselves and Geordie Kite's got it. He just sat there and let everybody else do their thing. And it's just landed fortuitously in his lap. And he's going to have a shot on goal here across the body from 8 metres out. He should make no mistake here and get the Bloods within 5 points. He's done just that. Geordie Kite's got 2 at Darley Park. And the Bloods are back in it within 5 points. Entertaining game of footy. They're making it look a spectacle, look better than what it probably should be given the conditions with that breeze. But 2 quality sides going at it. 18 minutes gone. Second term. 5-point ball game. Yeah, I just thought that quarter-time lead of East Points was par at best. They were probably a goal short. And it's looking that way. Just holding the Bloods out with a 4 or 5 goal breeze is no easy feat. So the Bloods get their 3rd goal of the match, their 3rd goal for the term. And the ball come in the last 5 minutes. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Rodamaronis wanted the hold, denied by the umpire. McIntyre somehow scooped it up to Hickey. Went too deep into the goal square. Players set themselves through the hands of Mawson. He's forced to apply the tackle. Carter was strong overhead. They're under the pump here at East Point. Kick across the body. Mawson, did it go the journey? No. Kick across the body. Erickson. Bloods are in front here at Darley Park. 4-4-28 the Bloods. Each point 4-3-27. All 4 of the Bloods goals coming in the last 7 minutes. Gee, when they're hot, they're hot. Erickson gets his first. Answers the call. And gets it done. Doesn't need to have much of the footy. Just needs to have impact when he does and bit of forward pressure. That's all that he's asked of Erickson in his role. That was a good finish under pressure. The Bloods are coming. They're in front. Can we get a response from East Point? Van Meer won an uncontested ball up. The umpire's going to call it back. No advantage there for... Well, there was a clear disadvantage for McIntyre. So at the restart, Melton lead by a point. Near 20 minutes gone. Second term. Tap one by Van Meer, meant for Rodamaronis. In front spot there was Davis. He's had a good game. McIntyre. Van Meer won the tap. Manito needs to be clean. He was. And then he went across the body. Awkward looking kick. Canny. Gather was terrific. The tackle from Borg was very good. And then Canny responded and matched the tackle of Borg. And it'll be squared away with a stoppage. Taking side of centre wing for East Point. A dangerous spot. Broadcast side. They need to hang on here, East Point. They trail by a point. Time on second term. McIntyre won the tap. Van Meer, couple of metres gain. Only as far as handling. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go against the Bloods. So a chance here to make it count. They waste no time by hand. Taylor got it to Canny. And his second decision was effective in the end. Good poise there from the youngster. Another interleague representative who found Filmer. So Filmer sends the ball forward in the McDougall direction and he's got it. You just can't keep a good man down for too long. So McDougall will go back and have a shot on goal. Chance for goal number 3. Phillips didn't do much wrong. Just the bustling and that presence of McDougall to protect the footy. Kept it in front and took it. Well, he made that grab look easier than what it was. And a shot on goal here. Chance to kick the first goal of the game to the left of the screen into the breeze. So he'll start at left and he started that one too much into the middle. Lucky to score in the end. Through for a minor score, but scores level here. So the anticipation of a ripper game here at Darley Park is living up to the billing. Scores levelled. 22 minutes gone second term. Through the hands of Liam Carter, the ball went. Shark there by Hickey. They had numbers. You're gone, Jack Walker. Good tackle there from Rodamaronis. So he'll send East Point. So they're having a good couple of minutes here, East. Can they make it count? Kick from Rodamaronis to a 2-on-1. Jones couldn't take the mark. Shark there by Melton. Forced to go by Head. Pressure good from the Bloods. Hickey. Kick across the body along the line. Only as far as Merritt. Dumped as he kicked there, Hickey. Bloods wanting a free, but denied. So it'll be Merritt. It goes towards the attacking 50. Going the spoil. There was Riley Walker. Found the safety of the boundary line. So East Point in attack. Near 23 minutes gone second term. 4 goals, 4 apiece. McDougall has 2 for the Kangas. Geordie Kite 2 at the other end for the Bloods. The only multiple goal scorers this afternoon. Throw in. Van Meer went through his hands. Geordie Johnson. Hand pass meant for Rodamaronis. Missed him. Taylor needs to be quick. Got it to Rodamaronis. Kick across the body. Hopeful rather than anything else to a vacant pocket. Foot race on McDougall. Clever tap to the Melton direction. Where are the troops? They're all the Bloods and they managed to get it over the line for a throw-in. So Melton forced to do some defending of their own, albeit with the breeze. Throw in. Half forward. Van Meer just shoved McIntyre out of the contest. Hurried kick forward for the Bloods. Got to centre wing. Hannaford tackled. Umpire will say no prior. There'll be a ball up. Centre wing broadcast side. Still chance for another goal. Can't separate the two sides at the moment. 28 apiece. Ball up. McIntyre won the tap. Ground ball. They'll hold it up. Matty Johnson will do what be. Will play that role for the Kangas. There'll be some. This game will have some key moments in the second half that'll decide this game, you'd think. Now, Rodamaronis is tackled by Lachlan Walker. Just keeps racking up the tackles. So at the restart, time ticking away. 24 and a half minutes gone. Melton with all 4 goals of this term as East got 4 in the opening term. Away from stoppage went Hickey. Kite at the back went the spoil. Speak of Geordie. Ryan Carter gathered. Skewed the kick across the face. Foot race on. Faruja. Jeffrey. Jeffrey keeps it in front of him. Quite happy to see it over the line. Not the greatest attempt to keep it in, but there'll be a throw in. Played the percentages. 25 metres away from the Melton goal. Scores level after East Point led by 23 points at quarter time. That deficit has been cancelled out. Throw in. Bloods in attack. Van Meer won the tap. Only as far as Scoble. Lucky to get away with it. But East Point have got the numbers through Taylor with another hand pass. Searching one at that. Took some care with it. Got it to Hannaford. Over the top there to Mollen, who went back through traffic. He's got Brown on his outside. Overcooked the kick. Jeffrey will provide the support. Now, what will Brown do? He can go backwards if he likes, but he kicks it across the body. It's not a bad kick into the breeze. Johnson, diving attempt at the mark, couldn't hang on. Chance here for Taylor. Another hand pass. Got it to Jones, who coughed it up to Hadley. Quick hands to Walker. Got it over there towards Jack Walker. Right foot kick to half forward, taken there by Mawson. Gee, the wind's picking up. Right foot kick to the dead pocket. Out in the Liam Carter direction. I'm not sure the Bloods will be happy with that. I'm not sure why they led over to that dead pocket. As time ticks away in this second term. Tick over 28 minutes gone. Scores level, 28 apiece. You can see the dust and the leaves really picking up here at Darley Park. Blowing from broadcast side to the across to the towards the scoreboard direction. There's the throw in. Ryan Carter won the tap and the second one. Gathered there, well, Howard couldn't quite gather cleanly, just to open the door really for a swarm of players to deny an exit, and there'll be a ball up some 35 metres away from the Melton goal. So the Kangas not out of trouble yet. Scores level. Ahead of half-time. Most entertaining game. There's the ball up. Ryan Carter, well, he meant to do that ruck contest, but couldn't. Matt Scoble gathered. Fired the left foot kick. It went awry, and Jacob Brown took a nice mark, really. Gee, the goalposts are bending here, such as the impact of the breeze as Brown. Gee, he got plenty on the kick. That was a terrific effort. But the breeze has picked it up and blown it out of bounds on the full. So it'll be the Bloods through Minito. Now McIntyre plays on. Now gave it to Minito, but he'll be asked to go back around the mark. Near 27 and a half minutes gone. Second term, 28 apiece. Right foot kick from McIntyre. Goes in the Carter direction. Second grab. Is he going to pay it? He will. Liam Carter from the side. Wasn't sure whether he had a lot of purchase on that first attempt at the mark. He certainly came down with it. But the umpire in the perfect spot has paid the mark to Liam Carter. And a shot on goal coming as we approach 28 minutes in this second term. This will give Melton the lead. Kicks on its way. And let off for East Point. The margin, 1 point in favour of Melton. Deep in time on, second term, 29 plays, 28. It'll be the trusty boot of Merritt to bring the ball back into play. Terrific kick towards half back. From the side was Geordie Johnson. Couldn't take the mark. Swinging a miss by foot there from McIntyre. And he's forced to do his own ground level work. And the umpire's come in, done all and sundry a favour, and he'll ball it up on outer side, half forward for East Point. Ball up, tap one by McIntyre. Went to the voice of Davis, who knocked it to the advantage, hoping for Borg. But East Point were up to Davis's wants and denied that over the line for a throw in. So 29 plays, 28 here in favour of the Bloods. Throw in, it'll be McIntyre and Van Meel. Van Meel won that tap. Ball got knocked further forward there by Geordie Johnson. McDougall presented, gathered, somehow got the hand pass away. Hickey tackled and found the boundary line in the end. There'll be a throw in right in front of the scoreboard. that most accurately describes the nature of this close contest. Just a point in it in favour of the Bloods. Throw in. Chance for Canny. He's tackled. There'll be a ball up on half forward. Just having a look at that tree getting a hiding in the background. So that breeze really picking up. Tap one by Van Meel. Hand pass from Todd was hopeful rather than anything else towards Taylor. Was quite happy to see it over the line in the end. Could have picked it up, but played the percentages. Quite happy with the ball over on that, well, defensive dead side of the ground, we'll call it that, given the nature of that cross breeze. Boundary throw in. Tap one by McIntyre. Yep, swarm of players around the footy, and we'll get a reset. So Melton have kicked 4 goals, 2 in this term to East Point's 2 behinds. And there'll be another stoppage. Couldn't be far off the halftime siren here. And it's the Bloods who lead by a point. Ball up. Tap one there by McIntyre. Swing and a miss there by Borg. Ran past the footy. So players could do with a spell in these trying conditions. I think both parties would be happy with a siren here, but the Bloods will be trying to sneak another one in. But the Kangas continue to deny. Van Meer, one of those. And there'll be another ball up. So Van Meel, McIntyre. McIntyre won the tap. Loose ball opportunity. Taylor was clever. Territory gain along the ground. Walker needed to be clean, he was. Clever little hand pass. Dribbling ball along the ground a minute. He set the ball forward towards Farrugia. Knocked it over the top. Borg in pursuit. Thompson nearly copped one high. And whistle a minute, there'll be a ball up. 40 metres away from the Melton goal. Time ticking away. Near 32 minutes gone. Melton lead by a point. Qualifying final action via the BFNL Match Centre. Tap one by Van Meel. Grand ball, Perugia. Somehow Hickey picked the ball up and threw it away, said the umpire, and the free kick will go to Melton. Well, he was the only player who wanted the ball there, Hickey. It was a bit stiff. So it'll be Joe Dodd on the left boot. Got around Farrugia, only just. Tumbling kick towards outer centre wing. Half a dozen players up in the air. Phillips one of those. Ball goes to ground. That was smart play there. It might have been Canny, in fact, who sort of lowered the knees there and was bracing for contact. He got it, but no free kick from the umpire. He was up to Canny's ways. Shoveled out by Hickey. Got it to Scoble. He passed it forward towards Davis, who went with an old-fashioned torpedo. Ball knocked forward there by Farrugia. Merritt, under pressure, got ball to boot. The gather from Thompson was terrific. Right foot kick across the body, territory gain. Scoble got the sport, nearly marked the ball in the end. And it's going to come back and it'll be a boundary throw-in on centre wing out of side of the ground. Melton 29, lead East Point 28. All Melton's 4 goals came between the 10th and the 18-minute mark of this quarter. McIntyre grabbed it out of the ruck. So a bit of a stalemate, an arm wrestle of sorts prevailing for the last 15 minutes of this term. East Point have raised their defensive pressure and they've really hung in. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Leading with the head was Suter. Ground ball. Johnson got it over to Van Meel, just threw the ball onto the boot. Open the door for Watkins on half-back. They've got the overlap through Davis here. Last roll of the dice for the Bloods. Left foot kick into attack. Farrugia! Farrugia will go back and have a shot on goal here just ahead of the half-time siren. 34 minutes gone. And a chance for a 5th goal of the term for the Bloods. A 2nd goal for him personally. And a chance for the Bloods to get their biggest lead of the game. Of course, East Point led by 23 in that opening term. And I was to go as far as to say East Point were 1 goal shy of what I thought to be fair tally from that opening term with the breeze. Farrugia makes no mistake, and the Bloods are 7 points up here at Darley Park. Farrugia gets his second. He and Geordie Kite, the multiple goal scorers. Of course, all of Melton's 5 goals coming in that second term. A little bit of breathing space, albeit 7 points. Gee, we're going to be in for a thriller in this second half. So stick with us via the BFNL match setup and the Red Onion Vision. Back at the restart, McIntyre won the tap. Johnson stood up and gathered and sent the ball into attack towards attacking 50. That was good closing speed there from Johnson. He caught him high. It was the right call. He was a bit stiff. He was up against a couple of the Bloods there. Just the tackle was just found a bit wanting. Siren sounds for half-time here at Darley Park. And a crucial goal there to Farrugia in the final minute of that term has seen the Bloods arrest a 23-point quarter-time deficit and turn it into a 7-point lead at the half. Well, let's have a look at the goal scorers before we get a score from Marty Bush. Of course, Sunbury and Ballarat going head-to-head up there in Sebastopol. We'll get a score for you. We'll see how Ballarat have responded, if they have, with the breeze. We'll just get an update score for you. Ballarat 14, Sunbury 35. So the goal scorers here at Darley Park in a most entertaining opening half in difficult windy conditions. Geordie Kite has 2 for the Bloods. Conrad Farrugia 2. And 1 to Lockie Erickson. Whilst for East Point, all of their 4 goals coming in the opening term. Bryson McDougall with 2 and 1 each to Geordie Johnson and Jack Jeffrey. Sunbury lead by 21 points over the Swans up there in Sebastopol. And it's the Bloods who lead East Point by 7 points here in the BFNL Match Centre's match of the round. Still plenty more to play out here as East Point endeavour to bounce back with the breeze in the third term. A break and back with the third quarter action in around 15 minutes' time.
Love is all
Your
that
favourite
I
McDonald's
give.
collectibles from the past are now available on collectible glasses. Get yours free with any large quarter-pounder range meal. Unleash your inner kid and collect all 6 glasses today at Macca's.
It's the Ballarat Football Netball League Top 5 for round 18. Number 1, Lachlan McLean here from Redan. He sells the candy, takes off, goes bang, puts it through the hey diddle diddle. Number 2 here is Andrew Hooper from Ballarat. Just a clean pick up this, scoops it up, right foot snap, and it's through. Number 3, Joel Cadman here. Just a classy finish, drop punt, right in the corner there. Bang! Ho ho ho! Doesn't get better than that. Number 4 here, Bailey Thompson from the Lakers. He was tight, it was hard in his hands, then he had to take off, and he did, and he unloads from 50 and it goes all the way home. Number 5, I've got a double feature here. First we start off with Ryan Porter from Backer Smash. It was out of the ruck contest, gets it, snaps it, goals it. We love that, brilliant goal. And then a little bit later in the game, it was Jack McCreary's turn, almost the same thing. Little bit of deja vu going on. McCreary gets it, bang, right in the same spot, and a great goal.
Welcome back here to Darley Park ahead of the second half action here in the highly anticipated qualifying final between teams 1 and 2. Speak of Melton and East Point. 1 half down, it certainly lived up to the billing. Waited 105 days for these two sides to meet for a second time this year. And again, we're in for a nail biter. East Point, well, we thought at quarter time they were a goal short despite leading by 23 with the breeze. And that's come to fruition as the Bloods kicked 5 goals beyond the 10-minute mark of that second quarter to get the lead back. So at the restart, it's East Point kicking to the right of screen with the breeze. Chance here for Matty Johnson at ground level, kept his feet, did well. Fired the hand pass out to Melton, got the overlap through Rodamaronis, needed to be quick, and he was. Back through traffic, went Conlon, right foot kick to the top of the goal square. Dribbling ball, rolls over the line for a boundary throw in adjacent to the behind post. So that's what Joe Carmody would have wanted, some forward 50 pressure early on the Bloods. Boundary throw in. At the back there was Robinson. Loose ball opportunity for Heaney. He's kicked. Not out of trouble yet. Conlon gathered, conceded, by hand, clever. Right foot kick towards, well, terrible kick really in the end. Breeze got hold of it. Yeah, you're a brave person to park your car on that outer side of the ground today. I hope you're insured. As Hanley would bring the ball back into play for the Bloods. So he's kicked the first 4 goals of the game. Melton the next 5. Clearing kick beyond the defensive 50. Good one at that. Into the breeze, and Carter read it best and took an uncontested mark in the end. Right foot kick along the line. Got plenty on that too. Ground ball opportunity for Kite. Knocked it to the advantage of brother Geordie. And he was carried over the line there by Howard for a boundary throwing. Half forward out of sight of the ground. Sunbury seemingly having their way with Ballarat up in Sebastopol. Ballarat not getting it done with their time spent with the breeze. Boundary throw in. McIntyre won that tap, knocked it to himself really, but couldn't gather cleanly. Rodamaronis, hand pass through traffic, was smothered. Swarm of players around the footy. Enough for the umpire to blow the whistle and effect the ball up on half forward out of side for the Bloods. Tick over 2 minutes gone in this all-important third term. More so for East Point, you would think, with the breeze. And here they go through Rodamaronis to Melton. Fired the hand pass out towards Dodd. His penetrating left foot kick was hopeful rather than anything else. Territory gain. Ball rolled over the line for a boundary throw, and not for the first time in front of the scoreboard here this afternoon. Blue skies and sun overhead, but it's just a shame that we've had a windy week. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Merritt kept it in front of him. Did well. Ran to 51. Had a stretch shot on goal. And off to the left, I think. No, he's... Goal! Great finish there for Merritt. He's the man that you want the ball in his hands, especially in the front half. Well, anywhere really. He's just such a good kick. And he's got East Point back within a point. So Merritt, he ranks 6 for effective kicks in the comp and 10 for overall kicks, and he's had plenty of those again today. And East Point are within a point. 3.5 minutes gone, third term. Game on here at Darley Park. At the restart, tap one by Van Meel. Missed Rodamaronis. Lockie Watkins came off wing, did well. Applied the tackle. Bloods have got numbers through Hickey. Quick hands to Suter. Standing start, high up and under kick to half forward. Spoil was terrific. Favoured Dodd in the end. Rodamaronis spent it before he got it. Did the buttering up, his own work. Tackle was good there from Suter. And he'll square it away for a stoppage. You've just got to be clean against the better sides. Now it's tough on a day like today. Ball up, McIntyre grabbed it out of the ruck. Hustled the ball forward only for a couple of metres. Dodd slung to the ground. How will the umpires see it? Ball up. So Dodd's been okay in his second game back today. Ball up. McIntyre won that tap only as far as the Kangas through Matty Johnson, who threw ball on boot. Davis got a terrible bounce, favoured Jones in the end. He can gather, get it over the top to Melton, who hasn't got a lot of space. In fact, he ran out of it in the end. Carried it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So East Point managed to hold Melton out in that second term for 10 minutes, and then 5 goals prevailed thereafter. So now it's the Bloods holding out East Point. 5 minutes gone. Tap one by Van Meel to no real advantage. Gang tackle will result in a stoppage. Ball up. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Groundwork was good from the big fella, but he coughed it up by hand. Opened the door for Jack Walker. Right foot kick from just inside the boundary line. Inside 50. Umpires picked out a free kick down the ground after he was dumped, and Carter from 50 wastes no time. Sends it out in the Scoble direction. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark, and it knocked away from him in the end. Clearing kick away from the Kangas defence. Robinson in a one-on-one, had it knocked away from him, but they got numbers through. Conlon conceded by hand. Back to Robinson. Pressure was good from Suter. Thompson knocked it to the advantage. Back to Conlon. Dumped in the tackle. There'll be a ball up. Of course, East Point won the under-19s today. Sunbury, the reserves. Still plenty more to play out here in the main game. Melton lead by a point. Just the 1 goal to Jackson Merritt to speak of the term. Chance here for Cairns. Couldn't gather cleanly. Borg somehow got it to Jack Walker. Did well. They could have raffled it there, the Bloods. Manito said, I'll have it. Just threw the ball onto the boot. Ryan Carter clean bowled him. Players go to ground East Point. Seemingly have the numbers at ground level. They'll be happy to force away a stoppage in the Bloods' front half. So any time spent left of screen into the breeze, a bonus. And at the moment, it's the Bloods. Hurried kick, swing and a miss for the Kangas. Before Walker's bailed up, there'll be a ball up. So both sides near full strength, just 1 or 2 out from their best. Loose ball. Excellent tackle from Kite. On Dodd. And holding the ball, said the umpire. So Braden Kite, goalless today, has 75 for the year. He's no stranger to goal here at Darley Park. He's kicked a 4 and a 5 here. A couple of occasions. This will take his best, but he's a very good kick. And the kick's on its way. It'll blow off to the right and out of bounds on the full. So he's had a couple of set shots into the breeze, Kite. You reckon with a surname like that, he'd be used to the breeze. So that'll be Merritt. Penetrating kick. Near centre wing out of sight. Loose ball opportunity. East Point got numbers through McDougall. Quick hands. Got it to Hannaford. Tumbling kick. Forward. Bouncing ball. Territory gain. Got it to half forward. There'll be a throw in out of side. So Sunbury and Ballarat going at it up in Sebastopol. We'll give you an update score as it comes to hand. Sunbury 56, Ballarat 20. Taylor at ground level. Pressure from McIntyre. Opened the door for Dodd. Got it to Cairns, who found Johnson. Gave it the shimmy. And then sent the ball into attack. Geordie Johnson moment. No, not yet. Kick across the body was terrific. It's a goal. What a great finish. Jacob Brown has pushed forward and got it done. Quality player. Brown gets his first. And a move of the Magnets from East Point, moving Brown forward. Has got East Point the lead, 6-4-40. They lead Melton 5-5-35. East Point with the only 2 goals of this term. All 11 goals of the match kicked to the right of screen. Ball on half forward. Mawson got a touch of the fumbles. Dodd might have copped one high, and did, said the umpire. So this needs to be a good kick from Dodd. Can they get some separation, the East Point forwards? So Joe Dodd going to back himself in here. From inside half forward. Gets plenty of it. Lets the breeze take care of it. McIntyre in front. Off hands through for 8. Rushed behind. It was hopeful rather than anything else from Dodd. The lead now. 6 points. Each point 41. Melton 35. Tick over 10 minutes gone. So Riley Walker brings the ball back into play. Goes defensive outer side. Minito did the sharking. Was held up, tackled, taken to the ground, took on the tackler and was pinged by the umpire. Don't mind that call. Took on the tackler. So it'll be Taylor. Right foot kick into the hot spot. Mole on the fly. McIntyre with strength. Just outpointed Molan on that occasion. So he's told to play on, look out. Somehow got a right foot kick away. Bouncing ball found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. You guessed it, right in front of the scoreboard. So East Point 41, lead at Melton 35. So they've got 2 goals in this term, East Point. With the breeze. I reckon they need another 3 at least. 4, and they're in with a real show. Canny. Searching hand pass, Banmeal. Left foot kick from Cairns. Can he keep it in? Well, either way, Watkins took a mark in the end, but it was out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Watkins. He'll go back along the line and get the Bloods out of trouble. Ryan Carter's got a couple to beat. Big ball at the back from Van Meel. Clever knock on there from Taylor. Couldn't quite find the target. Meant for Cairns, over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, 12 minutes gone. Third term. Boundary throw-in. East Point lead by 6 points. So, a minimum of a preliminary final for the winner. Umpire will come in and effect a ball up. So, decent crowd in. East Point, of course, represented in the under-19s, the reserves and the senior grade this afternoon. There's the ball up. Shark there by Taylor. He's had a bit of it. Attack on the footy was good there from Watkins. He kept it in front of him and was rewarded because the ricochet fell in the hands of Minito. His kick across the body. I'm not sure he'll be able to keep this in. Touched, said the boundary umpire. Over the line, there'll be a throw in. Boundary throw in. Outer side of the ground. Van Meel. Terrific tap to Taylor. Cross the body. Territory gain. Deep into the pocket. Geordie Johnson. Danger. Ground ball. Whistle. Ball up. 35 metres out from the East Point goal. Tick over 13 minutes gone. Third term. 41 leads. 35. East Point endeavouring to make it 3 in a row against the Bloods. Tap one by, McIntyre. Not really all. That's over the shoulder. Well, that East Point player there in Jacob Brown threw the head back, but the umpire didn't take the bait. Not into fishing. Outside of the right boot from Taylor. It's a high up and under. Hanley had eyes for the ball. Dropped what he should have taken. And the umpire's picked out a free kick here to the Kangas. It's going to go against the Bloods for too high, much to the disappointment of Lachlan Walker. And it'll be Jacob Brown with a shot on goal here. So the trusty boot of Jacob Brown for a shot on goal here for goal number 2. In a move that is seemingly paying off at the moment. Tipping he'll be down back in the final quarter. But let's see how he goes. Kicks on its way. It's bending back. It might not get the journey, and it's cleverly tapped through by Mawson for a rush behind. So a 7-point lead to East Point. They've kicked 2-2 to no score this term. So it'll be Minito. Got plenty on the kick. That's a great kick into the breeze. Beyond half back. Now centre wing. Hannaford's attack on the footy was good. Under pressure here. The Kangas. Umpires picked out a free kick for a throw. It's going to go the way of Borg. So the speedy Borg with ball in hand. Centre wing out of side of the ground. Looks to play on. Brings the ball inboard towards half forward. East Point have got numbers and they'll combine here through Rodamaronis, who goes to half forward. Meant for McDougall. Carter got a terrible bounce. Watkins gathered, gave it back to Carter, just threw the ball onto the boot territory, going to the attacking 50. How's the gather from Farrugia? Opened the door here for the Bloods. Kick across the body was terrific. Davis couldn't gather. Hannaford wanted the high, denied, loose ball. Jones, quick hands. Hurried kick forward towards the half forward for the Kangas. Oh, swing nearly caught from behind. Brown was up to it. But the Bloods, they get away with it on that occasion as Minito got it to Heaney, and his left foot kick found Scoble just inside the boundary line. Territory gain, poor kick, had better options. No mark taken. Hannaford needs to be clean here. Lost his footing, went to ground. Howard needs to impact. He couldn't. The umpire will come in and affect the ball up. So East Point under the pump now. Momentarily. Need to hang on here. Tick over 16 minutes gone. They lead by 7 points. On the breeze alone, you wouldn't think it was enough. Right foot kick across the body from Johnson. High up and under kick. Conlon could have been pushed, and he was. Unrealistic attempt. Can't pay that advantage. Ambitious was Conlon. So it'll be Conlon on half back. They'll play on. And they'll come out wide towards Cairns. It went over his head. At the back there was Robinson. Needs to be quick, and he wasn't. He just managed to get a hand pass away. Quick hand pass further afield was good. Found Cairns from Canny, and he's kicked forward in the McDougall direction. What a grab! Sun on the eyes and all. So McDougall has already kicked 2 today, all in that first quarter. So he had the sun in the eyes, tricky breeze, 2 Bloods, and he was able to hang on to it. This will either go straight through the middle or out of bounds on the full. McDougall. That's a clever kick. Straight through the middle, I'll say that, given that acute angle. McDougall hits his third. None more important than that one. 7-6, 48 East Point. Lead Melton 5-5-35. A breeze or a kick with the breeze to come for Melton in the last quarter. The Kangas lead by 13 points. Near 18 minutes gone. Both sides that have kicked with the breeze in the opening 2 terms have been able to hit the scoreboard late in both quarters. And the Kangas will look to maintain that pattern of play. They lead by 13. Back in the middle of the ground. Tap one by Van Meel. Hickey got a touch of the fumbles. Rodamaronis said, well, if you don't want it, I'll have it. And sent with the right boot. Out in the direction there of Johnson. Oh, nearly. Ground ball opportunity. Taylor was innovative. Dribbling ball towards Brown. Got it to Geordie Johnson. Umpires picked out a free kick here for a throw. It's going to go against the Kangas. We'll go to the Bloods. So they breathe. It'll be Minito. So he's got Scoble short if he wants him, but he's got every intentions of going to the low side of the ground. This is a dangerous kick. Robinson got it. So, yeah, that was a poor decision there from Minito. And Robinson sends the ball into the pocket. Mawson did enough to deny Johnson. There'll be a boundary throw-in on half forward. 48 metres away from the East Point goal, adjacent to the Kangas coach's box. Wonder how they're feeling at the moment down there. I'll probably think that a couple more they'll need. Farrugia won the tap, searching one at that, found the boundary line, so they'll get a reset, the Bloods. As we near time on third term, East Point have kicked 3 goals, 2 to no score in this term. They kicked 4 in the opening term with the Breeze. They'll certainly need to match or better that this term, you'd think, to get some separation on the Bloods, who'll surely come in the final term. Off half forward was Jones. That's holding the ball. And Davis will take the deserved free kick. He's got Manito on his own. That's a clever kick from Davis. If Manito can get the ground, he couldn't in the air. Open the door for Melton. He's got some pace of his own. He's got a couple to beat. Ground ball opportunity. Well, he's done well to square that away. Ground ball, whistle, and there'll be a ball up. Well done, Alex Melton. 13-point lead to the Kangas. 20 minutes gone, third term. It'll be Farrugia. The versatile Farrugia in the ruck. Outpointed on that occasion by Van Meal. Matty Johnson kick went straight in the bread basket of Jack Walker. He's high up and under kick went beyond out of sight. Centre wing, ground ball. Ryan Carter tried to get boot to ball. Did so to the advantage of Braden Kite, but he couldn't keep it in. Ball rolled over the line for a boundary throw in on half forward out of side for the Bloods, who trail by 13 points here. Time on third term. Each point a goal or 2 shy of the predicted amount they'll need at the 3-quarter time break. Melton, hurry ticket in the middle of the ground. Chance there for Watkins, who's bailed up by Filmer. Right in the middle of the ground here. This clearance all important. It'll be Farrugia and Van Meal. Well, Van Meal won the tap, but it only went as far as Davis, who got the outnumbered of Watkins. His hurried kick, well, was a beautifully timed little torpedo that found Hickey. He could chip it over the top to Walker. It was a good stretch there from Jack Walker. Had Farrugia to the outside by hand, but it lets to go by foot out into the pocket. Over the head of Kite. Ball rolled over the line for a boundary throw in. Some 35 to 40 metres around from the Melton goal. So the Bloods, they're holding up whilst they've conceded the 3 goals this term. They won't be too bothered about that, given the breeze to come. So Borg was strong, kept his feet, broke away from the tackle, and got it to Scoble. He's high up and under kick, has blown boundary side out of bounds on the full. So they can switch play here, the Kangas. He can go to Q if he likes. Broadcast side. We'll go to Howard, the closer option. They've got an outnumber here. They've got an overlap. The Bloods need to push. What's going on here? So it looks like it's an East Point ball down the ground. We'll just get some clarification here from the umpire. So it was almost a disadvantage in the end for the Kangas because they looked like they were out there anyway. So Filmer with an awkward-looking kick towards half forward. Somehow found Brown. In the midst 4 or 5 Bloods. Waste no time. 65 metres out from goal. Just off to the left. Bouncing ball through for a minor score. So the lead now 14-7-7 East Point. Lead Melton 5-5. So they'll negotiate their way, as they so often do effectively, the Bloods, out of defence to Manito. His right foot kick, well, like one of my tee-offs on a Sunday, out of bounds. Ball comes back in. They waste no time, the Kangas. Into the pocket, McDougall had his hands on it. Was hoping for a push decision from the umpire. Declined or denied. The ball's rolled over the line for a throw-in. So it looks like Robinson will contest this ruck duel. See whether he can make something of it. There's the throw in. It holds up in the breeze, and he won that tap. Ball found its way over the line for a boundary throw in. 30 metres around from the East Point goal. Time ticking away. East Point lead by 14 points. 24 minutes gone. The Kangas chasing a 4th goal of the term. Throw in. Nearly landed back on the boundary umpire's head. And he'll be forced to throw it back in again. Trees are getting a workout here today. They're holding up. Boundary throw in. Ferrugia will give him that tap. Loose ball opportunity for Johnson. Good pressure from Scoble. Not before he can get the hand pass away to Van Meel. Back to Johnson. Kick smothered. Good defensive pressure there from the Bloods. Turnover opportunity. Cairns elusive. Got around Hickey. Onto the left boot. To the danger zone. Robinson knocked the ball to ground. Clever little tap on there from Brown. How will it sit from McDougall? Well, it didn't. Did he get one high? Umpire said no. Stacks on the mill. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. 15 metres out from the East Point goal. Tick over 25 minutes gone, third term. They need a goal, East Point. I know they lead. It's a 4 or 5 goal breeze to the right of screen with strength. Robinson grabbed it out of the ruck. Merritt. Brown put his hand up. The tackle was good. Rush behind. Gee, I feel for the defenders today to the right of screen, aiming to defend not only the quality of the opposition, but the breeze as well. So it'll be Riley Walker to bring the ball back into play. Every intentions of going to the low side, outer side of the ground. Ryan Carter read it well. Marked it uncontested in the end, really. He's got Minito to the outside if he wants him, but he'll go with the right boot. Got plenty on the kick beyond centre wing. It's nearly a free kick to the Bloods, but the umpire let it go. Look out, here comes Borg. Onto the left boot he goes. High up and under kick. Running back with the flight of the ball was Hickey. He couldn't gather. They're not out of trouble yet, the Kangas. Loose ball. Hurried kick away from the congestion there from Jeffrey. He'll be cut off by Jack Walker. So Jack Walker to send the Bloods back into attack against the run of play. Into the breeze he goes. Ferrugia from the side, couldn't hang on to the mark. Ball goes to ground and there'll be a ball up. So now it's the Kangas' turn to defend, to hold out the Bloods. East Point 50, lead Melton 35. 26 and a half minutes gone. Third term, ball up, tap one by Ferrugia. Grabbed there by Slater, high up and under kick. Territory gain towards halfback. The ball checked sideways and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. So just the 3 goals kicked for this term, all to East Point. I couldn't imagine a repeat of the 34-minute second term. But in fairness, there was quite a number of stoppages. Boundary throw-in. Van Meel and Ferrugia. No real hit to advantage. Ferrugia tried to kick through the traffic. Couldn't do so. Chance for Johnson to break clear. Quick hands. Got it to Slater. Now this kick needs to be good. Left foot kick. Well, it wasn't really in the end. Out of bounds on the full. And some more damage to another car. Out of centre wing, the Bloods. Can they score into the breeze? It's not all or nothing for them, really, because they've got the breeze behind them in the final term. So, Minito, look at that ball hold up into the breeze. Nearly went backwards at the end. Ground level opportunity. Minito again. So, he got 2 possessions in a row. Minito and kicked the first one 30 metres. Ground ball, Dodd, taken to the ground. Umpire said fairly. And he'll come in and effect the ball up. Centre wing out of side of the ground. So as the seconds tick away, the pendulum is swinging in Melton's favour, given a 30-minute period with the breeze to come. There goes Borg, who's been instrumental. Right foot kick. Oh, that's a strong overhead mark. Terrific one at that, taken there by Melton, who's a good player. He goes with the right boot towards outer centre wing. It's nearly a free kick. Umpire's paid it. It'll go to Merritt. So, rip a kick of the footy, Merritt. Waste no time. Tumbling kick, though, made it difficult for Brown. He nearly hung on to it in the end. There was 3 Bloods around that contest, though, and numbers prevail through Riley Walker, who sends it back to outer centre wing. Ferrugia sets himself, had it knocked away from him by Merritt. Found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. 29 minutes gone now, third term. East Point 50, lead Melton 35. East Point endeavouring to get their first win at this ground in 10 years. Boundary throw in. Van Meel and Ferrugia. favoured Van Meel, the shallow one, but here go the Bloods through Hickey, who's always good around stoppage, got plenty on the kick, sent it to the danger zone. Who's out the back? Foot race on in earnest. Knocked forward through for a rush behind. And an opportunity for the Kangas to reset, so they waste no time bringing the ball back into play. Slater's under the pump, but he gets away and sends the ball on the right boot towards centre wing. Merritt, the target, went over his head. He wanted a free, and he'll get it. Just got to ask nicely. So Merritt with ball in hand. He'll want to make more of this kick than his previous. He's been good by foot today. The time ticking away. They'll need a territory gain to half forward. Shank of a kick. Brown had it knocked away from him. Chance here for Jack Walker. Needed to be quick. Found Davis. Didn't know what to do. Sort of got caught in two minds. And now he's gone to ground, but he was lucky. He was caught high, and there'll be a free kick. So, tick over 30 minutes gone. Third term. Each point. 7-8-50. Lead Melton 5-6-36. So it'll be Davis who goes to outer centre wing. Players fly. Jones, one of those. Gets purchased on the footy to the safety of the boundary line. So, approaching three-quarter time here. The Bloods, they've kicked one behind in this quarter. Each point have kicked 3 goals for. They kicked 4-2 in the opening term. So, I think they're a goal or two shy at the moment on spec. As the siren sounds for three-quarter time here at Darley Park. Bloods will be reasonably happy with that, whilst they only managed a behind for the term. They kept East Point at bay for the most part. They were able just to manage 3 goals for the term with arguably a 4 or 5 goal breeze. The score, East Point 7-8-50, lead Melton 5-6-36. And I'll just go through the goal scorers for you. McDougall has 3 for East Point, 1 each to Jeffrey, Brown and Geordie Johnson. Whilst for Melton, Farrugia has 2, Geordie Kite 2, and Lockie Erickson has 1. So I'll just get you a score from the Sunbury Ballarat game that's going on. And we'll see how we go. So Ballarat 40, Sunbury 56. So Ballarat are coming. Can they get there? Time will tell. And the same story can be said for Melton. They trail by 14 points here at three-quarter time. They've got the breeze at the back for a final term. And with a second semi-final at stake for the winner, we'll have the answers for you in about 8 or 9 minutes' time when we rejoin you from Darley Park, where it's East Point who lead Melton by 14 points. Welcome back to Darley Park ahead of the final quarter action in this qualifying final. East Point endeavouring to hang on into the breeze in the final term. Their lead is slender. They lead by 14 points. 12 goals kicked for the game, all to the right of screen. So East Point will have to buck the trend. I'm not sure they'll be able to hold out a 14-point advantage without scoring. The ball up, get played away, call it even. Ground ball opportunity. Here for Jack Walker, who gathered and was tackled by Rodder Moronis, and there'll be a stoppage. So every second counts in this final term, more so for East Point, you'd think, aiming to defend and hold out the Bloods. Here they go through Minito, left foot kick towards half forward. Merritt positioned himself well, outpointing Davis on that occasion. So goes with the right boot, got plenty of it though. Bloods have got the numbers aerially. Minito found his own ground ball as well. Hand pass forward towards Braden Kite, gathered and was tackled. Umpire let it go. Taylor fired the hand pass out to Slater, who went to Merritt, who went by hand to Matty Johnson. Bereft of option, came in board by hand to Taylor. So they're just trying to hang on to the footy. East Point, the kick from Merritt was a rare errant one at that and went over the line and out of bounds on the full. So the Bloods will get the ball back. They trail by 14 points, 1 minute into this final term. Ballarat having a crack against Sunbury. They're back within 16 points. There's the kick from the Bloods to half forward. Nice mark taken there by Hannaford, who was called into the side today for Fraser. He goes with the right boot towards half forward. Aerial contest, Matty Johnson, cream rises to the top. Took a rare contested mark on a difficult day, chipped it over the top, turned it over. And Phillips marked unattended, went into the middle of the ground looking for Heaney. It went over his head, opened the door for Brown. Can they make it count here? Rodder Moronis went by hand in board. They're just running out of options here, East Point. Brown tackle taken on the ground by Heaney. He'll hold it up. They'll be happy with that. They'll square away a stoppage, East Point. And they'll get a ball up inside their attacking 50. 2 minutes gone, final term. 14-point lead to East Point. Ball in their front half. Score here would be invaluable. Taylor, hurried kick forward. Got enough on the kick to register a score, but it was only a minor. And the lead now 15. Merritt looking a bit ginger off the ground, limping. They don't need, of course, he's had his hamstring troubles over the journey. Not sure what that is on face value, but more on that later. Kick in from the Bloods, only went as far as Brown. Such was the nature of the breeze, though. They got plenty on at the Bloods, so there's still 3 or 4 kicks away from a score here, East Point. So the right foot kick from Hannaford's a high up and under. Taylor with the discipline spoil. Phillips the gather. Can he keep it in? Left foot quick across the body. Good use of the body by Hickey. Off hands over the line for a throw-in. Out of side half forward for East Point. And lead by 15 points. 3 minutes gone, final term. They've got the only score of the quarter, albeit a behind to Taylor. So it'll be McIntyre. And Van Meel. Van Meel won the tap. Rodder Moronis needs the gather. Clever little tap on. Dot at ground level. He's held up by Walker, and there'll be a ball up. McIntyre won the tap. Went through the grasp of Rodder Moronis, but he knocked it to the advantage of Hannaford in the end. He just threw the ball onto the boot. Went forward looking for Johnson. Off hands. Chance here for Matty Johnson. Good defensive pressure. The Bloods get out of trouble though through Minito. Territory gain kick came broadcast side. Jones got a touch of the fumbles. Now goes back inboard. This kick needs to be good. Ground ball, Benito again. Quick hands, found Hickey. Put Jack Walker under the pump, who was held up, and there'll be a ball up on half forward. Near true centre half forward for East Point. The lead 15 points. 4 minutes gone. Ball up. Van Meel. McIntyre, give that one to McIntyre. No real gain, though. Loose ball get there. Pretty important here. And the Bloods are normally pretty good at that. Dribbling ball. Brown couldn't keep it in his possession. Shark there by Ericsson. High up and under kick forward. dangerous here. Mawson applies the tackle. The umpire applies the whistle. It'll be a ball up. So some territory for the Bloods. They've got it inside their front half. Near 5 minutes gone, final term. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Walker, tackle, taken to the ground by Jones, and there'll be a ball up. Five minutes gone. Ball up. Ryan Carter contests the ruck duel with Van Meel. Swarm of players around the footy. Dodd one of those. The umpire will come in and restart play with a ball up. Don't forget, we're back here tomorrow with live commentary and vision for Darley v North Ballarat. Ball up. Shark there by Matty Johnson. Kick across the bodies. Cut off there by Handley. Just did enough to hang on to it in the end. He's got McIntyre short if he wants, but he goes long. In the direction of Mawson. At the back, Kite. Braden Kite. Just read it well. Just did enough to work his player under the footy. Made it look easy in the end. And Braden Kite, chance to kick his first goal of the afternoon. He's going to go with the in vogue snap. It's all about the control now. And he likes it. And the Bloods get one back here at Darley Park. They're within 9 points on the back of that Braden Kite goal. (6-6) 42 Melton, trail East Point 7-9 51. We'll see what's going on at Marty Bush. Ballarat 53, Sunbury 63. 10-point ball game. 9-point ball game here. Couple of rippers going on in the BFNL to kickstarter. Highly anticipated final series. It's 1v2 here. 4v5 in Ballarat, 3v6 tomorrow here at Darley Park. Plenty more to play out. Stick with us. Tap one by McIntyre to Lachlan Walker. Quick hands, got it to Borg. Ran his measure. Quick hand pass release meant for Mawson. Caught one over the shoulder. Free kick. Yes, they were a bit stiff there, East Point. Mawson got a touch of the fumbles and sent the ball forward on the back of that free kick. Geordie Kite, happy to see it over the line. It'll be a boundary throw in. 15 metres away from the Melton goal. The Bloods trailed by 9 points. Near 7.5 minutes gone. Final term. You'd think the Bloods, despite trailing, are in the box seat. There's the throw in. Van Meel in front, tapped away by Ryan Carter. Kick across the body, Lachlan Walker. Off to the right. For a minor score. 8 points now. Melton 43, East Point 51. Near 8 minutes gone. So they've got no merit to bring the ball back in. But just as good an option is Jacob Brown. So he assumes the kicking duties. He goes with the right boot, gets it to half back. Ground ball, Shark there. And the Bloods send the ball forward. The mark's been taken there by Mawson just inside the boundary line. So Mawson back into the side today. We'll have a shot on goal here. Chance to narrow the margin. Squaring kick, we'll call it that. Giving the benefit of the doubt. Loose ball opportunity here. Number of players around the footy. Umpire will come in and effect a ball up. 10 metres out from the Melton goal, who trailed by 8 points. Near 9 minutes gone, final term. Ball up. Van Meel knocks it a second time. Gets it to Q. Right on Q. Throws the ball on the boot, but got too much on the kick. Out of bounds on the full. Ballarat 59, Sunbury 63. They're coming, the young Swans. So it'll be Matty Johnson with ball in hand. And he'll go defensive side, albeit out of sight of the ground. Got plenty on the kick. Ground ball opportunity. Lachlan Walker. Quick hand pass. Walker. His kick went through traffic. Rodder Moronis was clean. Kick across the body, high up and under, they'll pay the mark. McDougall presents, took a nice mark. Bordering on an outfield catch at the end. Lowers the eyes, awkward looking kick. Was okay in the end. Jeffrey needs to be quick and he wasn't. Stolen away there by the Bloods. They'll hold it up and take the free kick. And it'll go back to Lachlan Walker. Never far away from the action. He sends the ball towards the attacking 50. Off hands. Danger zone. Look out. Here comes Kite. Kick across the body. Across the face. Mawson. Good stretch. Was Heaney, in fact. He's held up there by Q. And just hand passes the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. Somebody should ask Heaney how you spell deliberate. Boundary throw-in. So it'll be the tireless Van Meel with front position. Carter somehow got the tap. They've got numbers here at ground level. They need to be clean here. Cairns wasn't. Kite gathered. Was held up. There'll be a ball up some 25 metres out from the Melton goal. It's getting tense. Near 11 minutes gone. Each point lead by 8 points. Ball up. Tap one by Carter to Hickey. Release the hand pass to Mawson. Left foot kick. Goes out in the Faruja direction and he's got it. Faruja's jugged it well in the air and he's just shown his versatility again this afternoon. Forward, back, in the ruck. Take your pick. He's quite a handy player. Just when you think you've got the Bloods covered, Faruja bobs up. So a chance here to narrow the margin to 2 points and Faruja a chance to kick his third goal. Of course, he kicked 3 goals against the Devils last week. He'll shoot here to narrow the margin. 11 and a half minutes gone, final term. Deliberate approach. Leans on the kick, and it's home. The Bloods are within 2 points here at Darley Park. And that deficit, that three-quarter time deficit, diminishing on the back of 2 unanswered goals to the Bloods. Of course, all 14 goals this afternoon coming to the right of screen. Ballarat within 3 points of Sunbury. It's a thriller in Sebastopol. We'll keep you updated as the scores come to hand. We've got a tight one here too at Darley Park. 1v2, of course, just a goal separated the two at their first meet and only meet 15 weeks ago. Ball up, tap one there by McIntyre. Loose ball get there by Matty Johnson, who's tried to raise the bar in the second half. Quick hands to Conlon. He was dispossessed. Open the door for Mawson. They're out here. Look out. Ball gets it. He's elusive as ever. Ran this way, ran that way. Ran his distance and pinged by the umpire. So it'll be Hannaford. Or Conlon now will assume the free kick duties. Conlon a bit ambitious, wanting a 50-metre penalty for that. No, that won't be coming. So Conlon will play on and go to the outer side of the ground. Beyond centre wing, players fly. Riley Walker went the spoil. Grand ball opportunity for Brown. Important territory gain. McDougall just saw it over the line with the pressure from Phillips. 65 metres away from the East Point goal. So they get to breathe momentarily under the pump here, East Point, as they endeavour to hang on to this 2-point lead into the breeze. Ball in. McIntyre. A reset there that boundary umpire will be asked to throw that one in again. Ballarat 65, Sunbury 63. Boundary throw in. McIntyre won the tap to the advantage. Hurried kick forward here. Clean bowled Heaney somehow. Cairns went to ground as he fired the hand pass out to Hannaford, who took on the tackler. Lucky to get away with it in the end. Swarm of players around the footy. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. I think Ballarat might have won. I've just got a text saying Ballarat stole it. So in the 32nd minute mark. So Ballarat may well have progressed on that text I just received. Just who will progress to a second semi-final here this afternoon is yet to be decided as we tick over 14 minutes into it. There goes Borg again. Kick in the Faruja direction. He's a bit disappointed there, Farrugia. He thought he might have got that just inside the boundary line, but denied by the boundary umpire. So it'll be Q, right foot kick towards outer centre wing. Merritt's back on the ground, but he couldn't deny Manito an overhead mark. So Manito wastes no time and sends it inside 50. Umpire's picked out a mark, has he, amongst all of that? And it's Carter, Liam. It's all a bit too easy in the end with so many players around the footy. Liam Carter's come down with it and a chance to eat into this narrowest of deficits, just the 2 points. East Point with the lead. But the kick on goal to come from Liam Carter. Kick's on its way. Floating kick goes across the face. Robertson needed to be strong. He was. Jones across the body. Cleary kick was hopeful rather than anything else, but Hannaford was in right place, right time. Can steady the ship here for East Point. Send the ball to outer side. Got plenty on the kick. They've kicked well into the breeze both sides today. And Minito's good on the end of it. He's been telling this afternoon. He's had plenty of it. So he squares the kick. Risky one at that. Missed the target. But Riley Walker's got time to gather on half-back. He can go short to Lockie Watkins. He's still there, but he goes back inboard as they combine. Back to Riley Walker. Long kick. Liam Carter. Oh, had the ball knocked away from him. Ground ball opportunity. Erickson. Jack Walker. Shot on goal. Off to the left. Out of bounds on the full. Gee, the breeze. It's just unreal here at Darley Park today. Walker seemed to like that off the boot. And out of bounds. 1 point ball game. Melton 50, East Point 51. Ballarat defeated Sunbury by 2 points. Ball comes back into play. They get it to half back, the Kangas. Half a dozen players fly. Ground ball. Chance here for Suter. Could have been legged. Umpire called. Yeah, he's going to come back to Suter. So Suter with ball in hand. Yeah. 17 minutes gone in this final term. Kick deep into attack. Good stretch there from Braden Kite. Couldn't hang on to it. Ground level ball. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of East Point. It's going to go to Matty Johnson. They're hanging in. There's a pulse there for East Point. And whilst they do, it comes in the form of a 2 point lead. So Matty Johnson into the breeze. Gets it to half-back. Players fly. Ground ball. Manito again. He's had plenty of it. Right-hand pass found Riley Walker. That was a better one who found Davis on centre wing. Steadying hand pass. Just overcooked it. Open the door. Look out. McDougall. What are you going to do? Get it over the top. Jacob Brown can mark this. Oh, well, we thought he could, but he didn't in the end. Now he's fouled up by Watkins. He's going to be pinged for holding the ball. Whoa, that was a moment. So Lockie Watkins will go with the right boot towards half-back. McIntyre had plenty of it, couldn't take the mark. Round ball. There'll be a ball up. See, these two sides will sleep well tonight, that's for sure. Melton trail by 2 points. Tick over 18 minutes gone. Ball up. Tap one by McIntyre. Here they go. Taylor got it to Merritt. Hurried kick forward inside 50 for East Point. Robinson had a bit of it. Not enough, said the umpire. And they'll run away through Riley Walker, who got it towards Suter. Got it over the top to Erickson. Right foot kick inside 50. Kite. Braden Kite, strong overhead. Can go back, take some time off the clock. He's got Borg. He's got blood streaming down, but he's going to own this kick. He's going to own the shot on goal. Of course, he kicked the Bloods' last goal. He kicked one goal for the match. And a chance to put the Bloods in front, or at least within a point, pending a score. 19 minutes gone, final term. They've done well today, these two sides. Kite's kick is on its way, just off to the right. 1 point ball game. So it'll be Jones, even though Merritt's on the ground. He's a bit lame, Merritt. He would normally be taking these kick-ins, but he's on half-back. And, he looks every bit lame, but he'll stick it out, and Jones will bring the ball back into play. Right foot kick. Goes towards Robinson. Ground ball. Umpire will come in and effect the ball up on half forward out of side for the Bloods. So the margin, 1 point. I think they took one off, did they? That's better. 1 point lead to East Point. High up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. Merritt leading into the race for the ball. He and Minito. Momentum with the ball. Over the line, boundary throwing. Attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground for Melton. East Point lead Melton by a point. 20 minutes gone. Final term. Time on. It's official. Boundary throw in. Throw that in again. So Ballarat came from the clouds to defeat Sunbury. Kicked 7 of the last 8 goals of the game to get it done. Boundary throw in. Here goes Matty Johnson. Kick with the outside of the right boot. It's going to be cut off there by Minito. So Minito with ball in hand. Gets the territory gain. Tumbling kick. Be hard one to mark. Howard couldn't. Through traffic went Jones. Sent the ball back. Johnson needs to be courageous. Here he was. Had it knocked away from him. That's nearly a high tackle. No. There'll be a ball up. So true centre wing. Nail biting staff tick over 21 minutes gone. Melton just have the only 2 goals of the quarter. Ball up. McIntyre won the tap. Geordie Johnson gathered, kicked it high up and under across the body. Not sure the umpire will pay the mark. Van Meer went the spoil, gathered there by Suter. Dribbling ball. Merritt had his kick intercepted. They combine here. Jack Walker got it over to Davis on his preferred left. Squaring kick. Went over the head of Cairns. Gathered by Hickey. Right foot kick. Ferrugia leading into the race for the ball. Got a terrible bounce. Scores a level. Scores level here at Darley Park, 7-9, 51 apiece. Near 22 minutes gone, final term. Ball comes back into play to the defensive side. Somehow East Point are going to have to manufacture a score into the breeze. As Canning cops one over the shoulder from McIntyre. Takes the resultant free kick. 22 minutes gone. Canning goes along the line towards outer centre wing and beyond. Brown couldn't quite hang on to the mark. And he's held up. And there'll be a ball up near half forward out of side for East Point. 51 apiece. Ball up. Here we go. Clever McIntyre tap, and he tapped it straight onto the boot. Cairns couldn't gather. Heaney could. Quick hands. Got it to Walker. Clever knock on there from Hickey. Got it to Erickson. Indecisive. But sees Geordie Kite on his own. Got out the back. And he'll go back with a shot on goal and a chance to put the Bloods in front here at Darley Park. So Geordie Kite has 2 goals today, 35 goals for the season. So 2 goals a game for Geordie Kite this year. That's a quality return for a small forward. And he'll kick from 40. Kicks on its way. It's a nice looking drop punt. The Bloods like it. The roar of the crowd tells you so. And the Bloods are in front here at Darley Park. They get their 8th major of the afternoon. There's a goal in it. Time on, final term. Geordie Kite's got 3. So not for the first time today, I've lost the pen. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre and the vision from Red Onion. Streamed to you live from Darley Park. Melton lead by 6 points. Time on, final term. They kick with the aid of a 4 or 5 goal breeze in this final term. East Point going to have to manufacture a way to score. Tap one by Van Meel. Dot is held up and there'll be a ball up in the middle of the ground. So just the 3 goals kicked for this term. All to the Bloods. Tap one by McIntyre. Ground ball. Hickey kept his feet. Shoveled it out, but Mawson was over the footy. Held up. There'll be another stoppage. Shadows creeping across the middle of the ground here at Darley Park under sunny skies, but it's been very windy. McIntyre, Hickey cop one high. Umpire didn't pay it. Give me a ball up. So East Point led by 14 points at three-quarter time. They now trail by 6. Matty Johnson bailed up there by Lachlan Walker. Somehow got a kick away to outer centre wing. Jack Walker kept running all afternoon. Right foot kick. Shallow entry inside 50. The fly was Slater. Loose ball. Howard gathered. Just sent the ball back. Kick was effective. Jeffries, right place, right time. Wastes no time and sends the ball out in the direction of Geordie Johnson. Got a terrible bounce. Favoured Riley Walker. Got it to McIntyre. Oh, the tackle for Geordie Johnson was terrific. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go, final term. Geordie Johnson sends that awkward kick forward. Shallow entry. Somehow Taylor got on the end of it. 55 metres out from goal. Time ticking away. He'll go into the pocket, lower the eyes, and the kick was good. Philman with ball in hand. He'll kick from just inside 50 metres into a tricky breeze. Somehow, East Point need to manufacture a goal with a tick over 2 minutes to go, final term. Filmer from 50. Kicks blowing off to the right. Players set themselves. Mawson saves the day for the Bloods. Stood in the hole and took a courageous overhead mark. And a chance to clear for the Bloods as time ticks away. Awkward looking old-fashioned torpedo. Clean bowled Van Meel. Went over the head of Slater. Opened the door for Braden Kite. He can get it over to his brother Geordie. Well done there by Jones. He'll repel for East Point. Awkward kick to half forward. Went over Jeffrey's head. Gathered by Faruja. He just threw the ball onto the boot. Awkward one at that territory gain. Bouncing ball. Found its way over the line for a boundary throw in. On half forward out of sight. Melton 8-9-57, lead East Point 7-9-51. All 15 goals of the game come to the right of screen. East Point, as I mentioned earlier, need to find a way to buck the trend. Ballarat certainly came from the clouds to pinch a win over Sunbury in that elimination final. So Ballarat unbeaten since round 10. And Sunbury made it 7 losses in a row against top 6 opposition. Boundary throw-in for Faruja and Van Meel. Tap one by Van Meel, but the Bloods have got numbers through Hickey. Right foot kick forward. Players set themselves. Oh, that's a hold on Liam Carter. I think it was the right call. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here. About 35 metres out. You lead into the clock. That must be nearing a final minute near. Any score here will essentially sew up the game for Melton, you'd think, and earn them a berth in a second semi-final next week against either Darley or Ballarat. Kicks on its way. Liam Carter has finished off the job for the Bloods, and they're into the second semi-final in the dying seconds of this qualifying final here at Darley Park. It's been a seesawing, entertaining arm wrestle, stalemate of sorts, an entertaining game nonetheless, and Melton are going to prevail with their 4th unanswered goal of the term. They've kicked 4 goals, 3 to East Point's 1 behind in this term. So basically, it's been a case of who could kick the most goals with the breeze, given all of the goals have come right of screen. Melton have kicked 9, East Point 7. That's the tail of the tape. Ball up, tap one by McIntyre. Chance for Rodder Moronis. Hand pass out wide to the wing position. Taylor just took his eyes off it at the last minute. Loose ball opportunity. Swarm of players around it. Another opportunity gone begging there for East Point. Melton 63, East Point 51. Ball is held up on half. Umpires picked out a free kick. They want to get the ball moving here, East Point. Jeffrey. Surely I haven't gone the early crow, putting Melton into a second semi as Jeffrey sends the ball forward. Bouncing ball. Attack on the footy was good there from Mawson. It just did enough in the end. Chance here for Todd. Kick across the body. It's only going to go as far as Farrugia, but it looks like the ball's going to come back. It'll be a free kick to the Bloods. And it'll be Handley with ball in hand. They should just go short and wide to Farrugia. That'd be the right thing to do, but he'll go towards outer centre wing to a 2-on-1. Chance here for Taylor. Oh, there's a Melton player on the ground. He looks a bit worse for wear. It's Liam Carter. We'll keep an eye on that. Right foot kick there from Borg. Got it towards inside 50. Look out. How will it sit for Braden Kite? He's got Thompson in pursuit. He saw it over the line for a boundary throw. And as the siren sounds, and Melton have got it done by 12 points in an entertaining affair here at Darley Park. East Point, well, they led by 23 points at quarter time. Melton arrested that back to lead by 7 at the half. East were back in front to lead by 14 at three-quarter time. And again, Melton were able to respond with the breeze and get it done and win by 12 points. 9-9-63 Melton had defeated East Point 7-9-51. So the Bloods' winning run continues. Of course, their only loss of the season to East Point 15 weeks ago to the day. East Point lose their second in a row, but just their third for the season. So let's go through the goal scorers. For the winners, Melton, Geordie Kite 3, Conrad Farrugia 2, had a good game. Braden Kite 1, Lachlan Erickson 1. Whilst for East Point, McDougall kicked 3 and 1 each to Geordie Johnson, Jacob Brown and Jack Jeffrey. So congratulations to the Melton Football Club. They'll progress to a second semi-final next week. They'll play either Darley or Ballarat to a venue unconfirmed at this stage. So an entertaining game. They made the conditions look better than what they were. They were trying nonetheless. Of course, all 16 goals keep going to the right of screen. You'd expect something similar tomorrow. It doesn't look like there's too much rain on the horizon, so it might be just the wind that we have to put up with tomorrow. But really looking forward to covering the Devils hosting North Ballarat tomorrow, albeit Father's Day. But here at Darley Park in the qualifying final in a couple of ripper games in the BFNL, this one brought to you by the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. We've seen Melton prevail and win by 12 points. 9-9-63, East Point 7-9-51. Guys, we look forward to your company again tomorrow for Darley v North Ballarat. But in the meantime, we wish all the fathers a very happy Father's Day tomorrow, and hope your team has won or will win this weekend. Good afternoon.